Nani and Chiaki cuddles up against Chiaki. You gotta learn to love yourself, I guess. Good day, good people. It's another fine day in the year of the Radiance. Toon Link, Dave, Bravo, Dave, Anomaly, the Anomaly Cars, Asnir here early. Fascinating. Few know me as the man who's got a brand new beef that I'll tell you about later. But to most of the United States, Avery, welcome back to another fantastic, phenomenal, freaking glorious episode of the Danganronpa Hunger Games. And just recently, just this week I think actually, Your Turn to Die released on Steam. And so to celebrate, eventually I'm gonna get into it, because apparently there's some new stuff. It's gonna take me a minute, but I'm gonna get into it. It's not the final chapter yet, or the last part of the final chapter. It is just everything that's been released. I think there's some new stuff weaved in there, so it's probably worth it, you know, visiting it again. It's also, you know, nice to get a little recap on some Your Turn to Die. Look at it again with eyes knowing what comes next. So you can maybe see some foreshadowing, or maybe see and connect some dots that you may not have seen the first time. That being said, today, we celebrate Your Turn to Die with teams that have either Your Turn to Die characters or two characters who have perished. So without further ado, let's get into the action. We got the Detectives, your tag team champions, Keiji of Your Turn to Die, and Shuichi Bug Hunter C. Gonta. And so, Ruruka and Mai represent Baked in Blood, as well as Shield, Kizakura, and Mishima. Deep Fried Chicken, two characters who, you know, have done some perishing, and they are your tag team agents of Chaos Territory and La Senora, Buckets of Bolts, Kiba, and Kana. Dinner Party has Kurumi and Chi-Chi. And you know, Chi-Chi, she's a zombie child, so I was like, you know what, technically dead. Photo shoot, Mahiru, Shiki. Because you gotta remember, all characters from the other world, or either of the world ends with you, dead. At one point, for the most part. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Gin, and Samugi. Dark Aesthetic, Gundam, and Celeste. Pastry Party, Izuyoi and Maple. Corrupted Elders, Tengen and Gashu. Country Roads, Mondale, and Daisaku. Flames of Rebellion, Nagito, and Reiko. Time and Space, Rendo, and Kaito. Lie, Cheat, Steal, Kokichi, and Ranger. Couples Counseling, Mew, and Yuta. Blank Canvas, Angie, and now. Glorious Domination, Sakura and Kyutaro. Rock Recruits, Leon, and Alice. Swift Strikers, Tenko, and Sharpshooting, Steel-Minded Big Sister Sarah, here to save ya. Yes, she is. The Wanderer Bros. We got Rantaro, and the Wanderer himself, Clean Slice Pekka, and Komeiji. Espionage, Fatsugami and Kai. Catch These Hands, The Great Gozu, and Ryoma. Gamer Score, Chiaki, and Kaie Day. Star Pupils, Nani Chiaki, and Taka. Theme Park Ride, the word that I keep forgetting to put in there. Kazuichi and Fuga, who, you know, technically perishes in some of the routes. Fair enough. I think just one of the routes, actually. Father Knows Just Jin, and Daddy. And Average Joe, Makoto, and Joe. And let me know who you got. First, second, and third. First and foremost, who is your favorite Your Turn to Die character? Even if you have never played or experienced Your Turn to Die, you've seen plenty of them here, and by this point you're like, huh, they might be teaming with one of your favorite characters, or you just might like their aesthetic. Tell me who's your favorite Your Turn to Die character, and of course first, second, third. I will tell you those things too after I say that there's actually one more thing that we have to do, and looking at the wheel, it is getting a little bit dicier. Because in 3, 2, 1, we're slowly approaching the wheel size chunk where it's like, I wouldn't be too surprised if it hit today. You know what I'm saying? When it gets to like 20%, you're like, oh yeah, it could easily hit, and I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, it hit. We're still at 15%. That being said, we still have to spin it. That's still a pretty decent chunk. Let's see what happens. We roll this thing, we spin it, we tap it, it goes. Just to where will it stop? Not a soul knows. But we're gonna find out together, and as we do, will chaos reign over order.
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice?
I'm sorry. I think I'm the one who went crazy.
You too will experience this suffering.
Never tell a word about cooking on your grate.
15%. I feel like I jinxed it, you know? I said, goodness gracious. Huh. Huh. So we're getting this territory, right? Because I've been working out my shoulders again. So this thing is getting significantly tighter. Just around my shoulders. I'm gonna have to like get another one that's like a size up. Unfortunate. But you know what is fortunate? Well, not for the tag team champions, but for everyone else, that this match is now for the Danganronpa Hunger Games tag team titles. So now, you might want to make some different picks. Because it's not just about who wins, it's about who walks out of here with the titles. And so, I guess I have to ask you, make those picks, first, second, third. I will make mine as well. I probably say that your comments are important. Like this one. Like that one. And pointing it out, last time, most of the comments featured the first time that we saw the mismatch perk be used by Joe. If you missed last Friday's episode, it was a good moment. That being said, who was it? Someone encapsulated it very well. I think it was Kuzusoda, yeah. Kuzusoda Shipper, who said, yeah, it was totally an accident of Joe accidentally mistaking Makoto for Camilla. Accidentally. Very much accidentally. Thank you guys for the comments, as always, but I like my favorite character from Your Turn to Die switches a lot. A lot of times it's Gin. Sometimes it's Kana. Sometimes it's Alice. Sometimes it's Joe, and then sometimes it's Sarah. It usually shuffles around that cast of characters, but I'll be frank, I like most, if not all of the main game characters from Your Turn to Die. And Mishima, because, you know, we love Mishima. We acknowledge Mishima. That being said, I have to acknowledge that our champions will have a tough match on their hands. Good luck to them. So without further ado, I think we're just ready to get this one started, right? Right, Asnir? But not before I bring something to your attention. On February 2nd, a Mr. Puxatani Phil came out of his little groundhog hole, saw his shadow, he was like, yippee skippy everyone, 6 more weeks of winter. And he promised me colder weather for 6 weeks. Today, which is Thursday for you guys, it should be 85 degrees Fahrenheit for me in February. That's not winter. So I don't know if this Phil, I won't call him Puxatani because we're not on a first name basis. I don't know if this Phil is just a liar or if he's just a fool. But this ain't winter. So let it be known officially. Me, Puxatani Phil, we got beef. That's not what you expected today, but you know what you know what else you probably didn't expect today? The tag team titles would be on the line. But you know what you should have expected? Us rolling Asnir. Puxatani Phil, fight me. Fight me. Fight me, Puxatani Phil. Gosh. 85 degrees. It's usually like a high of like 50 degrees Fahrenheit here in February. Maybe. Sometimes in the 40s. At night, it's freezing. Puxatani Phil lied to me, and I will not let that stand. Let's go. Asnir, how many times for this championship match? let's get this show back on the road. 3. In celebration of your turn to die. In celebration of our tag team champions defending their titles, we resimulate. Not 1 time. Not 2 times. But a trio of resimulations as we resimulate 3 times. And the following matchup is scheduled in the Hunger Games Brand Steel Arena. And it is for the Detectives Tag Team titles. They're on the line, and it starts right here, right now, as we proceed. Ladies and gentlemen, Horn Bears, you know what to do. You know what's on the line. Sound them. They sounded those horns, but we have tag team titles on the line, so we gotta keep on keeping on as Mew grabs a chainsaw. Nani Achiaki takes a spear from inside of the cornucopia. Ranger runs away from the cornucopia. Kyutaro begs for one of Jin's weapons. He kills Kyutaro with one in response. Rest in peace, Fuga. Runs away from the cornucopia. Kana grabs a backpack, not realizing it's empty. Gashu and Sarah fight for a bag. Sarah gives up and retreats. Keiji and Chi-Chi fall in love at first sight despite the circumstances. What? Mondo and Teru are resurrected by the Lich King to kill the other tributes. This game. The Wanderer is elusive option 11. That explains why he was forgotten. Komeiji lies to Kokichi about swapping bodies with Alice. They are promptly killed to prevent a body swap win. Well, if Komeiji was the one lying, maybe it was Kokichi in his body. Fat Togami attacks Mishima, but Mai protects him, killing Fat Togami. A stray bolt of lightning causes Angie and Kazuichi to switch bodies. Oh, we're having a whole lot of body swaps, huh? Celeste runs away from the cornucopia. Shiki takes a sickle from inside of the cornucopia. Daddy gets down on one knee and proposes to Makoto. Makoto happily accepts, and the two skip away from the cornucopia. Together. I don't like that shit. Kibo finds a torn photo of Daisaku within his pocket with a friend scribbled on the back. Kurumi comes to the arena to capture a dangerous killer that escaped from an insane asylum. Rantaro runs away from the cornucopia. Tinko and So fight for a bag. Tinko strangles So with the straps and runs. Well, he was a little too weak for the Hunger Games. Kizakura enters the arena but changes his mind and then leaves immediately. He was like, I don't really want the tag team titles. Kaito lies to Haruka about swapping bodies. There's a lot of body swapping going on. They're promptly taken out to prevent a body swap win. Someone should have taken out Angie and Kazuichi. If we're being completely honest, if we're talking about preventing a body swap win because they have body swapped. Most definitely. Taka runs away from the cornucopia and Maple trips off of the podium immediately. How unlucky. Just like that, we have another bit of misfortune. Maple is now stuck with permanent misfortune, misstep. And as the season goes on, as I said, it is more and more likely that you'll pick up more permanent misfortune. Nagito runs away from the cornucopia, now runs away as well. Leon acts antisocial and refuses to introduce himself. Gozu is sick and tired, that's why he's not here today. Gin runs away from the cornucopia. Chiaki grabs a shovel. Reiko enters the arena via skydiving. Ryoma takes a running start, and Superman punches Mahiru's skull clean off of her body. Ryoma, why? Izzy takes a loaded shotgun from the supplies, fires at Samugi. She dodges the pellets in slow motion with them. Joe brought a tray of freshly baked cookies. Rindo doesn't get any though. Peko brought a tray of freshly baked cookies. Gonta doesn't get any. Did you bake them together, Joe and Peko? Peck Joe? La Senora arrives at the arena. Her memory is completely wiped. The sole thing she can remember is her name. Luckily, the Raiden Shogun is not here. Gundam takes a running start and Superman punches Sakura, sending her flying across the arena. There she goes. Kaede runs away from the cornucopia and Yuta finds a pistol, killing Shuichi, and Tengen with it is Komeiji? Not Komeiji. Keiji still in. Yes. So we're hoping for Keiji to have that retention. Otherwise, I'm going to need to find that alarm, which I don't see at first glance. Okay, yeah, I do see it. It was just like right underneath my leg. That being said, we picked up one piece of misfortune, but we still have a whole day to get through. Mew finds a yeet ball AV on a scale of 1 to 10. How much do you hate Gonta? Really? 1 or 2? He's a gullible. He's a little too gullible. I mean, like, he's still a sweet guy. That's our baby boy Gonta. Tinko buys AV merchandise from AV's Wares in Despair. Celeste receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Taka and Teru built a shelter together. They both have conflicting ideas on interior design. Kaede investigates the school grounds looking for clues. For a moment, Kai thought he saw Junko and Omama. He was just seeing things, obviously, right? Chiaki, Reiko, Jin, Kana, Shiki, and Gin have a scrum debate over who the best protagonist is. The Wanderer hangs up missiles on the arena. Izui prepares the museum for my artwork. Chi-Chi searches for firewood. Keiji, as an employee of AV's Wares and Despairs, prepares for the inevitable shopping raid. Maple is not funny. Has never been funny, and she never will be. Gashu and me, we go way back. Not really, but I mean, like, we'll pretend. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like Kibo? A lot. 8. Solid 8. Maybe 8.5. Sarah, Samugi, Daddy, get traced by Rampaging Alice, Nagito, Kazuichi, Mishima, Yuta, Karumi, and Ranger have a scrum debate on who the best protagonist is as well. Who could it be? We didn't even have a protagonist in that bunch. Now uses their special attack on Pekko, the Mega Destruction Ball of Darkness and Destruction. It did no damage. Sakura attempts to strangle Leon, but Akri lands up massaging his shoulders. Listen here. Rindo does not like Rantaro. He's going to bark at him now. Joe rumors about Season 2. Gundam wonders if Nagito has Nagito insurance. Mondo and Mai argue about who gets to like the Red Chaos Emerald. I'd say Mai. She's got more, like, red features. She's got red in her eyes. The eyes of the killer. Fuga advertises his spawn gun to La Senora. La Senora is impressed, checks it out. Makoto and Daisaku fight Nane, Ashiaki, and Ryoma. Nane, Ashiaki, and Ryoma both survive, and Angie does Angie things as we hit a Claire de Lune or see an arena event. It's a Claire de Lune. We lost 14. We still have a ton of people left. But we also don't have a Claire de Lune because it's a championship match. It's actually the saddest of all moments. 4. Kyutaro, Komeiji, Kokichi, Fat Togami, So, Kizakura, Kaito, Ruruka, Gozu, Mahiru, Champion Shuichi, Tengen, Makoto, Daisaku. Well, we got 46 left. Keiji, it's up to you to try and retain for Shuichi and Licorn for the detectives. Can you do it? You got a ton of people trying to hold you down. Good luck to you, sir. It is a celebration of your turn to die, so you winning and retaining, it would be pretty hype. But will another character instead be the one to take you down? 46 competitors remain. One team will walk out as champion. Or 2, or none. We'll see. It is. Night 1 as Yuta receives Yakiniku from an unknown sponsor. Taka convinces Tinko to snuggle with him. Taka, I don't know how you did it. Shocking to me. Jin has a fever dream while sleeping. He wakes up to his daughter standing over him. That's actually kind of funny. Izuo gets bonked on the head. Nane Achiaki overhears Leon and Keiji in a conversation about my pancake addiction. They're about to steal my pancakes. Nane Achiaki intervenes and takes out both Leon and Keiji, not only earning entry into the World Pancake Championship match, but setting off a new champ alert. Before I forget, let me add you to this list, Nane Achiaki. I appreciate you, I respect you, and gosh darn it, I acknowledge you. Because you're probably going to be one of the last people to enter this match. I believe World Pancake Championship match will probably be either this Sunday or next Wednesday. We'll have to wait and see. But for right now, the Wanderer screams into the void. That still feels about right. Gonta's hot and bothered because Sarah set Gonta on fire with a flamethrower. Rest in peace, Daddy gets killed, but replaced by a realistic doll in his image. You know, that sounds almost canon. Gundam challenges me in Battleship. He sinks my Battleship. How can I compete with the Supreme Overlord of Ice? That's my guy. He knows my strats. Rendo accidentally burns down Avi's wares, but I let it slide because it's an accident, and of course, he can go back in time and stop it. Right, Rendo? Mai finds a virus in the simulator and exterminates it. Maple challenges Sakura to a dance-off. Sakura surprisingly dominates. Who knew she had the moves? Ryoma. His unknown sponsor is Peko, as La Signora's unknown sponsor is Dire Docs. Ranger passes out from exhaustion. Mishima buys every single version of Uno from Avi's wares and despairs. Kaede severely injures Nagito but puts him out of his misery. Now Mondo and Kurumi spend the night making potions. Alice severely injures Mew, leaves her to die. Kibo receives spaghetti from an unknown sponsor. Celeste discovers Tsumugi hanging upside down from a telephone pole. Nobody knows what happened, but Tsumugi certainly isn't alive to tell the tale. Angie loves Shiki as much as Maki loves Kaito. How adorable. Kai receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Kana hates Gin so strongly she created a squad against him. Really, Kana? I didn't know. How crude. Gashu and Rantaro hold hands. Chiaki. Yas, queen. Reiko prays to Utua that she makes it out of here alive with minimal bloodshed, of course. Joe, his obnoxious snoring renders Fuga, Chi-Chi, and Kazuichi unable to sleep as Teru was captured by the repairman and is never heard from again. Delightful. We move on to day 2. Rendo reminisces about the year of the ascent. Yuta and we go way back. Fuga says something wrong and Chi-Chi calls him a foolish fool. Reiko questions her sanity. Maple's trapped in that box. Deadly poison every hour. Is she dead? Is she alive? We can only find out if we click proceed. Ryoma goes hunting. Alice gets turned into a Fall Guys bean. Nania Chiaki asks Chiaki if everything's okay. Chiaki malfunctions. Kurumi gets her ultimate talent license revoked. Taka plants flowers around his campsite. In effort to survive, Ranger tried to strangle Sakura with toilet paper. Sakura tears through it, breaks Ranger's neck in retaliation. It would seem that Gundam and now have come to a standstill in Tarzan's forest. Sarah is the best in the world. Avi on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate Mishima? 1. Joe catches Kana caught up in a ball, rocking back and forth, sucking on her thumb. It seems like she lost it. Almost feels in character. La Signora reminisces about the year of the ascent. Kai, the Wanderer, work together to toss Mondo's items into lava. Tinko trips on a comically placed banana peel and falls on her bottom. Kazuichi panders to the audience. Daddy discovers a cave. Celeste's allergies are so bad she sneezes the arena back to April. April's soon, Celeste. Very soon. Kaede gets a hold of my soundboard and says, I'm sick and tired of this. I don't want Dire Docs. I want it that way. Rantaro joins the Mistletoe Warriors, the group that's waging war against Mistletoe during any other month besides December. Gin starts writing a novel. Will he ever finish it? Gosh reminisces about season 2. Do you, sir? Okay. Izioi throws Peko at Kibo. Kibo probably does not have the strength to catch her. He probably fell over and broke something. Jin asks Angie if everything's okay, and Shiki's trap kills Mai. We lost another 9. And those 9 actually get the saddest of all moments for Leon, Keiji, Gonta, Nagito, Mew, Tsumugi, Teru, Ranger, Mai. We lost a few. We'll go through everybody's statuses at this point. The entire first row's gone, including our champions. Shield still has Mishima. Deep Fried Chicken has La Signora, who could force the first ever Chaos Transferal. She has to win the titles to do it. Bucket of Bolts has Kibo and Kana both still in. Dinner Party still completely in. Kurumi and Chi-Chi. Photoshoot has Shiki. Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe just has their lion, Gin. Dark Aesthetic completely in. Pastry Party is as well. Corrupted Elder still has Gashu. Country Roads. Mondo wants to take them home to the titles. Reiko for the Flames of Rebellion. Time and Space has Rendo. Couples Counseling still has Yuta. Blank Canvas completely in. Glorious Domination still has Sakura. Can she do it again? She's had tag team success in the past very recently. Can she do it again? Rock Recruits, Alice. Swift Strikers completely in, so are the Wander Bros. Espionage still has Kai. Clean Slice, Peko. Catch These Hands, Ryoma. Gamerscore and Star Pupils and Theme Park Ride and Father's Know, just the 4 in a row still completely in, as Average Joe remains with just Joe. We have 35 people left. But they're fighting for one tag team title. So, we gotta see what else unfolds. Detectives have effectively lost the titles. Their only hope of getting something is La Senora winning. Are they rooting for them? Will they embrace chaos? We'll have to wait and see, and we have to proceed to see. Then Kibo delivers an intense, motivational speech to Karumi and Kaede, inspiring them, their V3 homies, to give it their all in this game. Fuga challenges Shiki and Tenko to an anything goes, not anything girls, pancake eating competition. Shiki eats the most pancakes. And Shiki, get in there. World Pancake Championship matchup. Huh? Proud of you. Chiaki decapitates Rindo with a sword. Rindo, rest in peace. Gundam tries to sing to himself. To sleep. You know what? I believe in him. He's probably got a lovely voice. Pekko poisons Angie's drink. She drinks it and dies. Sakura, Kana, and Rantaro spend the night making potions. Kazuichi attempts to find all the lore there is on Slugma Face. La Senora is sick and tired of the rivalry between Aves and Yoko, so she burns both stores to the ground and she is swiftly taken out because of it. He deserved it. Celeste takes power. 247 million perish. Taka attempts to climb a tree but falls on Ryoma, killing them both. No. The boys. Joe eats a sandwich to fully restore his health. Yuta refuses to leave an injured Mondo's side. Wanderer is in the house. Is it a party every week with him? I don't know. Sarah finds a Dark Deva and befriends it. Izuyoi and Mishima fight Gin and Gashu. Gin and Uncle Crabstash survive. Kai's getting ready for AV Mania. Alice sets up camp for the night. Daddy bludgeons Reiko to death with, is that Justice Hammer 1? We haven't seen that thing in ages, at least not today. Maple turned out to be a clone, and now is the original Maple all along. What if that was true? What if that was real lore? Jin threatens Nani Aichiaki in fluent Japanese, and Chi-Chi prays to Otua that she makes it out of here with minimal blood, makes it out of here alive. Question mark on alive, cause you're a zombie girl. With minimal bloodshed, of course, though. We got day 3, and day 3 features. Pekko driving up to McDonald's wants an ice cream machine, and the machine is working. Pekko's lucky today. But will she be lucky and obtain the tag team titles? We'll have to wait and see. Kaede tries to find every Monokuma on the school grounds. Wanderer turns the Statue of Liberty into freaking Sayaka. This is why it's not a party every week. Go home, Wanderer. Go to your home. Alice wants Ava to give Sayaka a chance. No. Get out of here, Alice. That's even worse than turning the Statue of Liberty into freaking Sayaka. Yeah, Alice, you're disqualified. Chiaki fishes. Name a more iconic trio than Sarah, Kana, and Mondo? I could see this trio being very fun together, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Rantaro smacks a taste out of Gashu's mouth. He smacks the crab stash off of his face. Gundam's not funny, has never been funny, never will be funny. This is a categorical lie. Kibo finds a fedora and puts it on. Chi-Chi suddenly yells out, Kibo the platypus? Now, hands Yuta and Jin an invitation to her birthday party. They tear it up before her very eyes. Nani Aichiaki chases Sakura around with a mace. Karumi, Fuga, Kai corner Maple over to kill her when suddenly she pulls out a grappling hook and uses it to escape. Daddy challenges Joe and Kazuichi rather, to an anything goes pancake eating competition, and let me tell you, everyone's getting on these final submissions for the World Pancake Championship match because Joe, boom, 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 ba-dum. Joe enters the World Pancake Championship match. And this is interesting because we don't have tag team champions right now. Shiki. But don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world famous tag team champs and feel the power. Could it be Shiki? Is the real question. I'm unsure. But Celeste, as an employee of Avi's Wares and Despairs, prepares for the inevitable shopping raid. Tenko diverts Gen's attention and runs away. We lost another 9. Are we at 28? I believe we're at 28 after this saddest of all moments for Rindo, Angie, La Senora, Taka, Ryoma, Izuyoi, Mishima, Reiko, Alice. That final 3, not good. Not good for your turn to die. That being said, we'll see everybody else's statuses. We have 28, right? Yes, correct. 28 folks remain. And they are the entirety of Bucket of Bolts and Dinner Party. Photo shoot still has Shiki, Gin for the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Dark Aesthetics completely in. Corrupted Elder still have Gashu. Pastry Party still has a Maple. Country Rose still has Mondo. Couples Counseling still has Yuta, and you never count out the Yasuhina, especially Yuta. Now, Blank Canvas. Glorious Domination, Sakura. Swift Strikers has Tenko and Sarah. Wanderer Bros, Rentaro, and the Wanderer. Peko for Clean Slice. Espionage still has Kai. Gamer Score completely in, so his father knows Jest, and Theme Park Ride Star Pupil style of Nane Ichiaki. She's got 4 kills. And Average Joe just wants to be #1. He wants to be no longer average. Can he do it? I believe in him. He's gonna get some more tag team gold. Yeah, I think he might. Let's see if it happens. This time with Makoto by his side. Makoto could have Makoto might pop off this season, who knows? With the help of Joe? We'll have to wait and see. There's still 18 more into your saving grace picks. It's feeling like Arena event is gonna pop up this time. But if it doesn't, we might just be vibing for a little bit. As Night 3 begins, Yuta also thought that he saw the elusive Mamakuma. He was just seeing things, right? What? Now, Wanderer, Mondo, and Kai make shadow puppets. Everyone's so much better than Kai, then he starts to get jealous. Maple passes out from exhaustion. Nane Chiaki cuddles up against Chiaki. You gotta learn to love yourself, I guess. Joe is just Kibo's split personality given form. Daddy. Gundo. Kana enter a scrum debate with Peko, Gashu, and Kazuichi. They argue about V3's ending. Tenko dyes her hair black. There's pretty much no change. Rentaro enters Celeste's mind. It was a pleasant trip. Unable to get a fire going, Karumi, Kaede, Chi-Chi are forced to huddle together for one. Sarah asks Jin to help her go to sleep. Jin suddenly lifts Sarah onto his shoulders, dropping Sarah's head onto his knees. She's out cold, hit with the go to sleep. Fuga kills Shiki with her own weapon, a stuffed cat. In a team building exercise, Sakura and Gin tell each other what they hate about one another. We actually, I think, only lost Shiki. We're going to lose more than Shiki this round. Gin now and Mondo get into a fight. Mondo triumphantly kills them both. We're gonna lose more than one this round, as Celeste has seen a lot of murders, all 6 of them today, because she saw Tenko kill Kai, Karumi, Kana, Kaede, Joe, and Kazuichi. Will all be. And the blood does not end because Gundam then decapitates Jin with a sword. Daddy's unknown sponsor is Raid Shadow Legends. A Monokuma unit corners Sarah and mauls her. Peko seems to be dead, but it's a lie. Maple places a bomb next to a river to explode some fish. Gashu is unable to convince Fuga not to kill him. Chiaki discovers a river. Yuta, baby! Asnir has named one of his many children after Rantaro. Sakura steals a tray of Chi-Chi's freshly baked cookies. Kibo sells Nane Ichiaki 400 bagels, but due to the fact that Nane Ichiaki can't hold that many bagels, she gets crushed by the insane amount of bagels. Rest in peace. Chiaki's not going to be happy about that. And the Wanderer spends an entire day walking around in shoes made of Legos. He's truly transcended beyond humanity, just as he always has wanted. We lost 13 instead that day. 12 of them were on the day alone. Shiki perished that night. Everyone else during the day. Goodness gracious, almost half of the remaining tributes gone. We are at 15 now after this saddest of all moments. 4. Shiki, Gin. Now, Kai, Karumi, Kana, Kaede, Joe, Kazuichi, Jin, Sarah, Gashu, Nane Chiaki. A ton of people gone. A ton of people, it's just 15. Right? Correct. And they are Kibo, Bucket of Bolts, Dinner Party, Chi-Chi. As we keep on keeping on, Dark Aesthetics completely in. They might be one of the few teams who are. Might be the only team left who is. Pastry Party still has Maple, Country Road still has Mondo. Couples Counseling still has Yuta. Glorious Domination, Sakura. Swift Strikers, Tenko. The Wanderer Bros, Rantaro and Wanderer are both in as well. Interesting. Clean Slice still has Peko. Gamerscore has Chiaki. Theme Park Ride has Fuga. And Father Knows Jess still has Daddy. 5 more into your saving grace picks. We're likely going to hit the feast. What else will unfold? Let's find out together. Tag team titles on the line. One of these 13 teams, because there's 2 teams completely in, one of these 13 teams will walk out of here as tag team champions, or 2, or none. We'll have to wait and see how this whole bad boy ends as Night 4 begins. Wanderer has no weaknesses. Oh my. Mondo finds a Dark Dave in the arena, attacks him, bites straight through his heart, and kills him. Yuta, Kiba, and Sakura play a game of Monopoly. Yuta loses all of his properties and flips the board over. Tinko, Celeste, and Gundam and Fuga and Rentaro get together to form an idol group. I remark on how well Pekko's doing. Surprisingly, Maple dies instead. Oh yeah, it's opposite day. No, oh, oopsie daisy. Chi-Chi enters Chiaki's mind. It was a pleasant trip, and Daddy's gonna need a lot of therapy after this Hunger Games. We'll proceed. It is the feast, as I expected, as the cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, memoirs from the tributes family. Sakura kills Fuga for his supplies. Yuta stabs at Rantaro in the back with a trident. Never count on an Asahina. Pekka decides not to attend the feast. Celeste bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Chiaki finds arrows in the cornucopia. Grabbed a fishing rod instead, unfortunately, and she's got the mismatch perk for the rest of the season. And we saw with Joe that the mismatch perk, oh boy. We'll see Chiaki. We'll see another permanent misfortune. Chi-Chi decides not to go. Tinko's like, she's not going as well, neither is Daddy, but Gundam spears Kibo in the abdomen as the Wanderer dies from an infection. We lost the Wander Bros in their entirety, and now every person is on their own. No more full teams remain because Celeste bleeded out. Or bled out, rather. Let's proceed to day 5. Gundam Runners is about to season 4, and Yuta's ready for the year of the Chiaki. She's got the mismatch perk, so we'll see what happens. Tinko finds a Yi-Ball. Pekko actually destroys Daddy's cabbage stand. How could you? Chi-Chi starts planting seedlings in her garden. You know, you shouldn't be doing that because there's like, yes, you should do that. You should wait until first frost, or I'm sorry, final frost, the last frost. But who knows in this case, since it's gonna be freaking 83 degrees, I'm sorry, mid 80s, I think somewhere between 83 and 85 here. I'm still peeved. I want my winter back. Sakura receives first aid kit from the comments section. We're down to your saving grace picks. We lost 7. It is the final saddest of all moments of the episode 4. Mondo, Maple, Fuga, Rantaro, Celeste, Kibo, the Wanderer. What did you guys name your Wanderer in Genshin? Let me know. We'll see everybody's statuses. We lost a few. Quite a few. And that brings us down, did we lose 7? I think we lost 7. So we're down to 8. Unless we lost 8 and we're down to 7. But regardless of what happens, we are down to your final few. It's within your final 10. And that means you might need some new picks. You might need some special saving grace picks. You might need some Tag Team Champion Edition saving grace picks. We are down to your final few. Chi-Chi remains for dinner party. Chi-Chi the zombie child just recently beat Hu Tao in AWE action. Speaking of the AWE, Friday Night Inferno's returns this coming Friday. Chi-Chi will be there. Dark Aesthetic still has Gundam. Gundam who's never held gold in the series. Could Gundam do it today? It's a possibility. Yuta, who you never, ever count out. You never count out Yuta. Glorious Domination, Sakura. Can she do it? Again. Very recently, she's had a lot of success in tag team action. Can she do it again? We'll have to wait and see. Swift Strikers for the protagonist of Your Turn to Die, Tinko, could win this one. She could bring home tag team gold. Once again, Sakura and Tinko used to be tag team partners, and just recently, just like this past 6 months, they had a long streak of just tag team success. Can they do it again on different teams? One of the two? Maybe both. Maybe they'll be the final 2, and then at the end they'll be like, you know what? Let's share. That would be poetic. Clean Slice Pekko. Last season won the singles title, won her first piece of gold for the first time. Will she win tag team gold today? Possibility. Gamer score. Chiaki has held so much gold. But will she hold tag team gold again? Formerly champions with Ganyu, a part of Beauty Sleep. Will she claim the tag team championships with gamer score and bring Mitarai the other title. If Chiaki wins, Mitarai becomes a double champion. That's something to pay attention to. Will that happen? It would be crazy. And this season, the season of misfortune? Lastly, Father Knows Just, which would also be poetic because the mothers started this season as champion. Will Daddy continue as champion? I don't know. Make your picks first, second, and third. I'm gonna make mine as well. Give me... I want to see it. So I'm not gonna worry about any jinxing. I'm just gonna say I want to see it for first. I want to see Chiaki. I want to see 2-title Mitarai. That being said, Kaede would add another title to her repertoire, so would Chiaki, but the big picture would be 2-title Mitarai. Mitarai, who before this season never had a real win, holds on to both titles at the same time. Oh, that would be poetry. In the unluckiest season, you couldn't write it. And that's how we've been kind of portraying Mitarai so far. 2 weeks in a row, he had big wins. Can his team do it for him? I got them for first. Tenko has 7 KOs. She's got momentum, so I think she's gonna probably place high. I'm gonna take Tenko for second. For third, I'd love to see Gundam win a title, but I don't think it's gonna be his day. I think Chi-Chi is actually gonna be third. Those are my top 3. That's all I can say. Well, there is one more thing I can say. That is your final 7. And you know what that means. 7 competitors, 1 goal. Chi-Chi, Gundam, Yuta, Sakura, Tenko, Peko, Chiaki, Daddy. It's actually 8 competitors, but the goal still remains the same. The former titles held by the Detectives, the same heartbeat, the same fate as that of a samurai woman. Final 8, Dinner Party, Dark Aesthetic, Couples Counseling, Glorious Domination, Swift Strikers, Clean Slice, Gamer Score, Father Knows Just. We proceed and we see Sakura is gonna need a lot of therapy after this Hunger Games Daddy. Chi-Chi, Chiaki, Tenko play a friendly game of Uno, which Chi-Chi wins. Could this be a sign of the future? Peko wakes up tied up and gagged to a chair, with Gundam giving her the worst torture imaginable, watching Marmaduke 2002 on loop. Yuta attempts to climb a tree but falls to his death. Rest in peace, Yuta. You never count him out, but he counted himself out. He tried to climb a tree. He's not good at climbing. We go on and Gundam turns into a Fall Guys bean. For a moment, Sakura Joko is really just crawling through the arena. If she even exists. She's just seeing things. She doesn't exist. Chi-Chi is also like, I want to hear that song that you played earlier. I don't remember things often, but I remember this. Chiaki acknowledges Tenko. And Daddy is an employee of Avi's Wares and Despairs, prepares for the inevitable shopping raid. We actually only lost 2. And you know what? We can continue with this song. It is, no, we can't do that. It's championship action. It's the terrible turnabout 4. Peko, Yuta. Which brings us down to still your final 6. So shockingly enough, we do still have Samurai Woman. We got Chi-Chi, we got Gundam, we got Tenko, we got Sakura. We got Chiaki and we got Daddy. Final 6, which team will win? Could it be Dinner Party, Dark Aesthetic, Glorious Domination, Swift Strikers, Father Knows Just, Gamer Score? Final 6, 1 tag team title. All 6 teams, 1 competitor, their hearts still beat in sync for the same pulse, and perhaps even the same fate as that of. He's doing it again? You're right, he's doing it again, because it is still Samurai Woman. Who's next? We're gonna find out because Chiaki blows her shotgun with a physical form of murderous intent. Chi-Chi submits an application to join the squad. Daddy finds a laptop open to the Hunger Games simulator, sees the event where he dies true to the simulation. Tinko stabs Daddy, adding another body to her kill count. As Sakura sets off an explosive killing Gundam, we are down to former tag team partners in Tinko and Sakura. Chi-Chi, who's finding her stride, and Chiaki, who wants to do the impossible and make two-title Mitarai happen. We have another day to get through, and that day includes... Oh, I thought it ended for a second. Tinko actually blurts out the fact that she likes Chi-Chi in an opposite way. Chi-Chi accepts the accidental confession wholeheartedly. Sakura places a bomb next to her river to explode some fish, and the idea, the dream does not happen as Chiaki falls into a frozen lake and drowns. She got close, but no cigar. It is Tinko, it is Chi-Chi, it is Sakura. And is it an arena event? No, it is not. But it is indeed the saddest, Claire de Lune, terrible turnabout. Yes, that's the words that I was looking for. Daddy. Gundam. Chiaki. And as we see everybody's statuses, we got 8 KOs on Tinko, my gosh. We got Dinner Party, Kurumi, and Kanji. They could all hold titles today. Kurumi has never held gold either. Good on her. Kyutaro and Sarah, both, you know, they're like the namesake of this episode. It's the Your Turn to Die celebration. Tinko, could she do it again? Sakura, could she do it again? Will we see what I, like, said a long time ago? I was like, maybe Sakura and Tinko will be the final two, and then they'll decide to share because, you know, they have past history. That's a possibility, but right now, Chi-Chi stands in their way, and Chi-Chi, the only person here without a KO. Can she win pacifist style? Does she even know where she is right now? I don't know. But between these three, they are all caught. Chi-Chi, Sakura, and Tinko. In what we like to call within our final 5, a golden, in championship action, a golden crisis of fate. Chi-Chi, Sakura, Tinko. 2 ladies who have held tag team gold in the past. Together. And then one who's never held tag team gold, but is finding her stride. Can she win today? We proceed. Oh, I thought it was over. I thought she did it because Chi-Chi spent all night setting traps to keep Tinko and Sakura out of her camp, but she did not kill them. They were wise enough to stay away. Chi-Chi ambushes Tinko, kills her. Sakura almost falls out of a cliff, but is able to earthbend her way to safety. Almost. It is now Chi-Chi versus Sakura after this one and only terrible turnabout for Tinko. We have an interesting final 2 here. And if it were a fist battle, if it was fisticuffs, I think we know who would win. But I have to ask you guys now, between Glorious Domination and Dinner Party, between Chi-Chi and Sakura, who will it be? Sakura? Chi-Chi. Shockingly enough, both of these characters have had more of a story-driven ride in the AWE than they have had in the Hunger Games. So let's walk through what everyone brings to the tables, and speaking of tables, Chi-Chi. The table in Dinner Party. Kurumi brings the food, Kanji gets the chairs, and Chi-Chi gets the tables. Could they come out on top as champions? I think it's surely possible. Chi-Chi in the AWE had always found her stride with tables matches, but has never really picked up that big win until just recently, where, I'll be frank, her livelihood, her well-being, and her life was on the line, because Hu Tao wanted to put her in a grave. Chi-Chi won that match, and will she win tag team gold today? Standing in her way is a woman who's been brutalized and victimized by friends, by enemies, and by entities. Sakura has been the namesake of opposition to the repairman. Sakura is the reason that Kaito won the Champion of Champions title back during the summertime. She let him win. And then she couldn't find her stride again. She started to suck at the Hunger Games, but now she's here either placing first or placing second in a tag team championship match. What's gonna happen? I'm not sure. But together we're about to find out. Together we will know that will it be glorious domination for Sakura, Kyutaro, and Nimona? Or will it be Chi-Chi, Kurumi, and Kanji? Dinner party. Whew. Glorious domination. Dinner party. Chi-Chi, Sakura. Both? Neither. You now know how important it would be to either one of these parties, either one of these teams, to walk out with the gold, and now we see who was walking out with the gold. It will be Sakura burns down Avi's wares and despairs. Sakura swears it was an accident, but Chi-Chi said that she saw Sakura deliberately burn it down because Avi aligned with the repairman. Knows that Sakura winning this match would just be another spit in the face to the repairman. He believes Chi-Chi more. He knows that Chi-Chi is telling the truth. Sakura gets ejected from the game. And just like that, the repairman, I'm sorry, Sakura cost herself the tag team titles. Because standing tall, finding her stride, and still finding her stride, and potentially could find even more of a stride coming next Friday. We'll proceed, and we now see standing tall, your zombie girl, and your winner. The one who made chat and this entire channel fall in love with tables has now won too many high-profile matches, but that has all changed within a matter of this month. Chi-Chi has been making this her month. And now, for the first time, Kurumi, a champion. Kanji, a champion. And Chi-Chi, a champion. Because you're winners. And new, and new tag team champions. Dinner Party sets the table and takes the titles. Somehow, some way, she did it. In my heart of hearts, I was like, you know what, Chi-Chi? I think she's got it. Ladies and gentlemen, Chi-Chi, she's the one. She comes out on top, and we'll proceed. Chi-Chi, your winner, and Dinner Party, your new tag team champions. Kurumi, Kanji getting the chairs, and Chi-Chi getting those tables, putting people through tables, and now with a single kill wins the whole shebang. Sakura, second place. Couldn't have your glorious domination. No tag team titles for you, no gold for you. Tenko, 8 KOs, put on a spectacle. Couldn't pick up the win though. 4th place Chiaki, 5th place Gundam, 6th Day. Yuta in 7th, Pekko in 8th, The Wanderer in 9th, and rounding off your top 10, Kiba. And without further ado, bring up your champions on that tag team bracket. The Dude Detectives has lost those tag team titles, but standing now proudly with the gold wrapped around their shoulders, Chi-Chi, Kurumi, Kanji, Danganronpa Hunger Games, Tag Team Champions, Dinner Party. You love to see it. You really do. We'll scroll down and look at everybody else though. What a match. Honestly, I was not ready for Chaos to reign today at all, as you could see, but now it has happened. 60 competitors fought for these titles, and your winner, standing proudly, was Chi-Chi. Where was Karumi? Karumi finished in the top 24 too, at least in the top half. Played a nice support role, but Chi-Chi was the one with a single KO. Won the whole thing. You gotta be proud of her. The zombie girl, she made it. She did it. She's the one. I'm proud. That's all I can say. I'm real proud of her. Let's go on, I guess, and proceed. Yeah, I don't think we need to see anything else. Chi-Chi begging. I'm sorry, Kitaro begging for a weapon was the first one out, and it all ended by Evie's hand. By my hand, Sakura burns down my store, and I say, normally I just let it slide, but Sakura, there's just something about you recently, huh? Something about this force of opposition. And now it's cost you a championship. What can I say other than he's got the whole world in his hands? We'll proceed. Dinner party. Came in on top. They're your tag team champions, and that is the story that is being told today. That being said, Tenko had 8 KOs. She popped off. Don't forget about that. Nane Shiaki with 4, Gundam, Ryoma, Sakura all had 3. So did Yuta, Fuga, Gashu, Gin, and Mondo with 2. Everyone else with 1 or less. We'll go back to the reaping because it's all over. Dude Detectives, champions no more. I was still proud of them when they won the premiere, but right now it's time for a dinner party. Karumi, Kanji, and Chi-Chi walk into the rest of the season. But right above them, you see Deep Fried Chicken. They still got a target on their backs. Deep Fried Chicken wants to be served at this dinner party. What will it happen? I'm not sure, but tomorrow we got more singles action. So until then, United States Xavier is taking off. Stay classy. Year of the Radiance. Toon Link Dave, Bravo Dave, Anomaly, the Noble Cars, United States Xavier taking off. Toodaloo. Flight crew. Once again, congratulations to dinner party. And thanks for watching.